Overtime, we are now officially in the second ever Rocket League Sunday and possibly the last ever fifth game overtime, which means both teams have actually secured a point, but it won't be enough for Bum to take the title.
Yeah, they still need to win.
And it could be here, and that's it! They've done it! They've won Rocket League Sundays Season 1 champions. It's Savills Army, 16 seconds into overtime. Very well played from Team Queef there.
And welcome to Rocket Sundays Super Sunday. We're now on the fifth match of the day. I'm back with Lloydinho from the first match of the day, and we're watching Savills Army versus Extinguished.
Juicy fixture. First versus second in the league. Intriguing battle. We've got the Bum Boys have lost one game. That's not series. They've lost one game all season. But top of the league right now is Extinguished. Couple of games in hand. So it's going to be fascinating to see how this one plays out.
So if Savills Army win this to 0, if they get the sweep, they will go in first because even though they'll be on the same points, 24, they'll have a higher win ratio, which is what I think you were alluding to there. Not much going on at the start of this game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I think it's probably fair to say that Savills Army have got the stronger player in Clay, with Meerkat filling in the gaps. From what I've seen, it's hard to pick a stronger player from the Extinguished boys. It seems to be just two very solid players, so it's going to be interesting to see how that kind of dynamic plays out.
Absolutely, I think the two teams are just getting a feel for each other at the minute, though.
Yeah, cagey, I would say, cagey.
Neither team busting anything special out, but we get a pinch towards the Savills Army goal. Clay knocks that away.
Yeah, it's all very sensible at the moment. This is an opportunity.
Looking dangerous there, but Meerkat's dealt with it well. Snipes out, takes the boost. Briggs tries to put it back in, keep it alive, but again, Meerkat's got hold of it again.
So at the moment, Extinguish have got Savills Army pinned in their own sort of goal mouth.
Yeah, a lot of corner play.
It's just relentless, waiting for someone to make the first mistake, I guess.
But they've been pretty solid at the back so far, the Bum Boys. Steve, we get a flick on that. Wasn't a great flick, but he's got a little touch. Meerkat didn't follow that one in. Probably a smart play. Gets a touch past Matt there, and Briggs knocks it forward.
Briggs in the corner, puts it into the middle. Meerkat in trouble. Chance for the first goal.
Not bottom
Just
target.
wide.
Yeah.
That's a sensible clear. Chance for Clay again. Low boost again. I think the Extinguished boys doing a good job with boost management, stealing the corner boost and just keeping Savills Army pinned. As Clay's forced to make another save. Here's the opportunity.
I think Matt
over the goal.
Matt backed out of that one and looked to block the clearance, but it's not worked that well. They were on the counter attack until Briggs got hold of it. Could this be a goal? It looks like a flick. It's been a flick. To Extinguish just over the way in the first game.
Yeah, 1-0, and all the pressure has come from the Extinguished boys early on. Savills Army struggling to get out of their own goal, and eventually the pressure results in a goal with just over half of the game played.
Yeah, it looked like a counter attack on a counter attack, and poor kickoff sees a second goal.
So after all the caginess and all the not trying to make a mistake, we see a mistake on kickoff by Clay. He'll be disappointed with that. And 2-0.
The flip side is I think we're going to see a bit more of an attacking side now from Savills Army. They're going to want to get a couple of goals back, so hopefully see a bit more on the offense. And here it is as well. Play with an attack, stopped by Briggs.
Yeah, I think early doors the message might have been try not to make too many mistakes, but once you're 2-0 down, you've got to throw caution to the wind. Get yourself back into the game.
It's only game one, but it's not a game that you want to lose.
Great team play by the Extinguished boys there.
Just a shame on the finish, really. Clay looking for the attack, but Briggs is bumping in like no one's business, and snipes out, keeps possession, takes it up the wall, looking for perhaps an aerial dribble or an aerial pass.
Well dealt with.
Indeed. Again, it's still the pressure's on. Meerkat gets a touch. knocks it out into the middle. Is Clay up for this? He didn't go for it, he stayed back, he waited.
Another attempt at the bump. It looks like they're trying to disrupt Clay as much as they can.
Well, Clay's the higher ranked. He's deemed the better player, and he's the main threat, I think. And that's what they're seeing. Take out the danger, and hopefully he should have an easy time.
Attempted fake, but Clay reads it well and makes the clearance. Snipe Start going to get an opportunity off the wall, and that's a miss.
That is
Open net. Wasn't a tap in, but I think that's one that should have ended up in the goal.
Clay put something together here. Unfortunately, doesn't.
Now we've really got the clock coming into play into the final 45 seconds. Chance for Make.
Open net.
Ball first. Another good save.
Matt gets to it in time. So
Briggs now struggling for boost.
Unless we see a miraculous comeback.
In off the bar.
Say that. In off the bar. 2-1. 30 seconds to go. Opens the game back up again. Definitely. Look forward to the last 30 seconds. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. That's okay. Don't you worry. Sets it up nicely for the final 30 seconds. Needs to see a better kick-off this time round. That's Meerkat's kick-off.
Both get a fast kick-off. It looks to have gone in EXT's favour, but now Savills Army are on the attack, and Meerkat not staying back.
Well, that's dangerous. Meerkat with the shot. 2-0.
2-0, 16 seconds. This is exactly what we want to see from a game as big as this.
Absolutely, we've definitely got a game on our hands. Meerkat there again with the finish, and he's been clinical. They haven't had many opportunities, but he's put them both in the net.
On the flip side of things, and even though we're talking about who's going to be first or second, the date isn't over. So Savills Army. With a redirect, and Clay gets it with EXT being stopped easily by Briggs. Is this good? Are they going to keep it up? No, we're in overtime. So anyway, with EXT ahead of Savills Army, Savills Army do actually have a game in hand, and they are playing Team Ligma tonight later on this evening. So that could mean that they take first then, even if they don't take first following this series.
So it's going to be fascinating to see how that plays out later on. Well,
and there's
the overtime goal for Extinguished. So they're going to take the first game. Remember, that's only Savills Army's second game loss of the entire season. So this is new territory for them. I don't think they've been behind in the series yet. Not 100% certain on that one, but we'll see how they respond.
All the GGs in the chat, and it certainly was a good game, a nice first game to open things up, and looking forward to the next.
Yep, finally balanced, just the one goal in it, and an overtime goal at that, so it looks like we've got a good series ahead of us here.
I really hope so. I hope it goes all 5.
That's certainly what the crowd want. Everyone wants a close game, everyone wants a bit of drama, and this has definitely got the potential to serve us up with some of that.
Well, we had game 1 overtime, neither team pulling out anything spectacular, but it has been good. It has been fun to watch so far. So
let's see if this one goes cagey again at the start, or whether
Meerkat with the aerial attempt. Sorry to interrupt there.
Oh, that's absolutely okay. They can have a chance here. Good air dribble.
Fantastic goal from Clay.
Composed. Takes his time.
I think we're going to see more of a. I like to call game 2 a bit of a. I don't think you can ever call the second game, because now they still got a buffer of 2 losses. Now they're a game down. They still have a buffer of 2 losses. So I think you're gonna see more attacking from Savills Army. I'm a shit one today. Savills Army. They're going to be attacking in game 2. We could see a high score line or a high goal count from both teams, because obviously EXT are going to want to keep hold of this 1-game lead, and they've got not much to lose really if the Savills Army go all out. So I'm hoping for a more exciting game this time around.
Yeah, I think the aggression worked for them in the last game. So early on it was cagey, and that went the way of Extinguish. And then when Savills Army came out and attacked, that's when they had some joy. So it looks like they're playing more aggressive in this one. And it seems to be working quite well.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Clay get the demo there in the on, I can't remember which EXT member it was, but they got the demo. Sorry, I just got interrupted then. Sorry, so they got the demo showing some more aggressive aggressive side to their play, and open net Meerkat with no boost, looking to, I think he's done it, no, he's just more over the crossbar. And
the snipe's out now off the wall.
Is he going to go for an aerial? He is. Soft target, Clay deals with it well. Definitely an exciting game.
Gets demo. Got the first touch, Meerkat there with the demo. Meerkat in his own corner. That's a
nice
great
little touch. Yeah, nice touch. Well timed as well.
Oh, great, the 50-50.
With
great
no boost at all.
Meerkat.
Very well played from Meerkat.
Currently the best player in the series, after earlier on saying that perhaps he was the weakest player on the field, he's definitely pulling his weight right now.
Well, I was just about to make a point after that goal that I think Meerkat is a little bit underrated because Clay can often shine quite brightly and nobody's watching.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point, absolutely. A chance for Clay with the clearance.
He's run out of
the air
boost.
dribble.
Ran out of boost, couldn't get that extra touch on it. Meerkat knocks it past Briggs, but snipes out, gets it back in play.
So we've got the polar opposite of game one. We've now got a 2-0 lead for Savills Army, with Extinguish having to bring the pressure in order to get back into the game.
Looking for a demo. Clay puts this on target. Briggs with the save. Meerkat comes up with a follow-up shot. Clay's going to chase this one all the way back. Oh, he's not getting to that one.
I don't think this was 100% calculated, but he had to make the save, and it's just gone straight down the other end, straight into the goal.
I think Clay knew he was not getting to that one.
So 2-1, nicely in the balance. Still about half the game to go. Another missed kickoff, or was it deliberate?
Well, I mean, it was it could have been a fake, that one, and Clay's just scuffed the touch to put to Meerkat. Meerkat's doing okay on his own, but doesn't put that shot on target. Clay looking to deal with this now.
It pops up, chance for Briggs. Couldn't quite get the power. Wasn't an easy one.
Not sure whether that was a missed chance for Meerkat there.
Wins the 50-50. Looks for the pass into the middle. Chance again. Clay with the great clearance. So Extinguish bringing the pressure. That's
good
clearance by
yeah,
Meerkat.
very good touch by Meerkat. Well read. The touch was very well read. Could have gone anywhere there. And Briggs with trying to pinch off Snipes. It doesn't work out too well. Snipes gets a touch, leaves it for Meerkat. Meerkat perhaps going for a pinch there because he's low on boost. It doesn't quite work out. He lost possession.
So something to look out for when the Extinguish boys are on the attack. They're really good at managing the boost, so they're making it difficult for Savills Army when Extinguish are on the attack, because Savills Army are doing everything with low boost.
Absolutely. I mean, he may have missed that. Clay looked like he was going for a flip reset off the ball there. He didn't get it, and the attack fell apart. But it could be. Oh, dealt with by Briggs. Meerkat's there for the follow-up. Knocks it back into the corner, keeps it alive. Meerkat chasing this down now, and Clay's there.
Clay trying to be aggressive, and that's another missed opportunity by Briggs. Again, not a given, but certainly a chance to level the score.
So 2-1 with 40 seconds to go. Now this last sort of minute was where we saw most of our goals, I think. Well, no, sorry, we didn't. We saw 2 goals early on, and then 2 goals in the last sort of minute. My bad. So perhaps we'll see another overtime.
Little flick, chance for Briggs if he can get there first. Clay's waiting back. Meerkat with the big clear. 15 seconds, probably one more attack to try and get an equaliser in this second game.
Yeah, it looks.
It'll go 1-1.
It looks like Clay's missed the save. I think he actually. No, sorry, I believe he got a touch there because he did come up that he got a save. And
Snipes he gets the touch when the ball's on the rise, so Clay's thinking he's got his last touch. Snipes gets the touch as the ball bounces back up, and that takes it past the keeper, and then he even finishes with the little touch off the wall. That was really nice control, and a chance for the win now, out of nowhere.
Oh, and it's been stopped by Clay.
Clay. It's still there. Oh, he's hit it into the floor.
game to overtime. Here we go.
So the second game in a row goes into overtime.
At about 16 seconds, I was about to say that it looks like they're just giving away possession to run down the clock, expecting that final attack, not to bring a goal. And it has, unfortunately, for Clay, unable to keep it out.
I always like to think about the psychology of what's going on, and you think another overtime loss for Savills Army is going to be really hard to bring themselves back from. So I think this next goal is crucial, obviously in terms of this game, but also in terms of the series. Chance with the pinch. Good save by Clay. Followed up, another good save.
Absolutely, that's brilliant. Let's see if we can see a counter-attack. No, it's going back in. Dangerous ball. Neckar knocks it wide. Clay looking for possession. Has got it. Takes it off the wall. See if he can get it. No, he just can't quite beat Matt there.
Briggs off the backboard. Clay misses it.
End-to-end stuff.
1 minute of overtime. Still no real indication of who's going to take this one. It literally could go either way.
I wouldn't.
Middle chance for Snipes. Oh, there it is.
I was just about to say I wouldn't give either team the favourited matchup. I know it's now 2 overtime wins for EXT. They only need 1 more win now for the sweep, but I feel like I still couldn't say EXT are definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. We've still definitely got a game on our hands here. I think the last season's champions are being put under a lot of pressure by the new boys now. 2-0 down in the series. Both games have been close, but actually it's the close ones that you need to make sure you win. So it'll be interesting to see how things go in this game 3. A mountain to climb now for Savills Army.
Absolutely. When you're on a knife edge of either way, it is literally down to who makes the first mistake, and it can be so fatal. Even though you can get a result like 3-2, like the last 2 games, it takes one little mistake, and I think we'll see whether you were right about the 2 overtime losses this time around, or we could see them just go completely all out.
It'd be interesting to see if they come out aggressive again. That's what was working for them in the previous games. There we go, early goal.
There it is. Very, very good, very fine aerial goal from play there.
Yeah, so lots on the line now, with a 1 loss away from this series being over. So it takes some balls and some courage to be going for it in game 3. But I think that's what's going to work for them. That's what's worked in the past 2 games.
I think they're going to have to give it everything they've got. And I think that they are. So we're only, 20 seconds in, and it looks like they're already doing everything they can.
Yeah, they won't want this to end at 3-0. It's not just a case of looking at the league table. There's a pride thing involved about losing 3-0. You want to be involved in the game.
Not only that, your reputation's on the line.
Absolutely. And it's a long way to fall from being last year's champions.
Absolutely, but I mean, as we were talking about before with the terms of like player team quality and team skill and things like that, I think it'd be very interesting to see how this all plays out in the end, because Savills Army beat 0-1-6-1 before the team switches, so it will be interesting to see those guys play again in the second half and see what the dynamic is there. Clay with another attempt, they dealt with.
I noticed that in the game that we've got going on right now, we're seeing players sort of trying to teach them more boosters, more attempted demos and successful demos. It seems to be like both teams have decided to switch things up a little bit and try and break the monotony or the caginess that existed early on in this series.
There's a lot of pressure on from Savills Army this time around, and it's very nice to see. Pinch. I don't know whether I cut off halfway through talking then. Terry decided he wanted to listen.
I think we did lose you temporarily, but we seem to have you back now with opportunity for Clay coming down the field. Takes the boost this time, so now trying to kind of play finish the own game and trying to deprive them of boost.
Your voice is mashing up a little bit there, going a little robotic.
I think we're having technical difficulties at one end or both by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's coming out like just my end or whether it's coming out on the stream. Anyway, another attack here. Could this be? It's not. Have we lost you?
We've not lost me, although I am getting lag indicators on the game, so I think it could well be my end.
Okay, no problem. See, I don't know how far into it that it cut out, but I was saying that it'd be interesting to see how Savills Army play versus... Oh, very well saved. Very
That's
well
an unbelievable save.
He didn't even get credited for a save on that one, I believe, Clay. I thought that was a certain goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Just dropped in out of nowhere like an angel falling from the sky, and finds a way to keep the ball out of the goal when it looked certain that they were going to concede. That's a good play by Meerkat as well.
Plays there. Open net. It's 2-0.
So it looks like the psychological comments I made earlier were complete and utter nonsense, because this is the most dominant we've seen last year's champions be in the entire series so far.
And it's very nice to watch indeed. You can definitely tell that Clay has stopped being as defensive as he was in the first couple of series. He's literally giving it everything. I know he's getting the saves in. I think he had 6 saves at the end of last game. He's only got 2 this time around. But that's really... Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, it's really fascinating to see, to an extent, both teams who, in most fixtures this year, are going to be on the offensive, to see them have to defend and see how they make that adjustment and play the game from a different perspective than what they used to.
I think Snipes out was going for a flip reset himself there.
I think you're absolutely right.
The attack's on again. Extinguisher, but the ball's been knocked into the blue half. Extinguish looking to put this away. Meerkat challenges. Plays up for it.
So less than a minute to go. Savills Army just need to keep it tight and not concede. But there's a demo. Clay doing well with the bumps as well. So it's definitely a dynamic shift in terms of the players sort of playing to disrupt their opponents, get the bumps, get the demos. It's interesting how both teams seem to feel like that's going to be a lucrative tactic in the remainder of this series.
I believe it is a really lucrative tactic. I think I was watching. It looks like another goal. It's 3-0. This could be 2-1.
The long clearance. It's clinical. He picks his spot, gets a good hit on the half volley to get that extra power, and there we go. 3-0. It's looking like this game's going to Savills Army.
20 seconds yet. So as I was saying, I believe I was watching a recent Squishy Muffins video, and he was saying that one of the things that you find in now I don't watch a lot of RLCS or pro play, but one of the things that the pros do is look for those bump plays when possible, when not leaving themselves out of position. They do disrupt their opponents as much as they can, and I think we are going to see that kind of tactic between these two teams because it is effective, as we saw when even though Meerkat was demoed, Clay with the bump play left the pass to nobody from EXT, so it allowed them to avoid conceding a goal.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out from here. Obviously, 2-1 in the series. We didn't mention earlier on, but Extinguish's first win means that they will stay top at the end of this series. So we have got another game for Savills Army later on. So there will be the opportunity for them to claw back the difference, but Extinguish will stay top at the end of this series, whatever happens next.
Could we be looking at reverse sweep? Some exciting stuff.
All the momentum's with Savills Army now, and they were clearly the better team in the last game. The first 2 went to overtime. That one was a comfortable win to 0.
A quick goal from EXT this time, who hadn't scored in the last game. So that'll be interesting to see how that fits in, because Savills Army managed to get a clean sheet, and they won the first game of the series. So could that be?
As a matter of...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, as a matter of fact, the first series, the team that scored first game rather, the team that scored first won that game. The last game we saw the team that scored first won that game. So here we are in game 4. If the team that scored first wins this one, then that's going to be all she wrote.
Yeah, and I think we're looking at the second game sort of, like the second game syndrome type, I want to call it, because we're seeing EXT really, really pushing it now. Because obviously they've got, like I said before about Savil's army, and it nearly was in as well, off a 50-50 challenge, I think it was. EXT, they've got a buffer of 2 losses, as Savil's army did earlier on.
That's
very
a
good
great
clearance from
play.
play. So that means they can afford to push as much as they can. They only need 1 win anyway. But again, they haven't got much to lose. It's only when it comes down to the 5th game, then we're going to see a bit cagier gameplay again, I think.
Yeah, which wouldn't suit Savil's army. For me, they need to just keep attack. And that's a missed touch off the backboard for Clay. Opportunity for Meerkat as well. No one seemed to read the backboard touch.
Yeah, Meerkat knocking it wide, and EXT on the counter attack following. Briggs collecting it, looking to make something of it. I think he's going to get challenged by Meerkat. He does get challenged by Meerkat. Meerkat misses the ball but hits him. Matt goes for an attempt on goal. Clay gets back in time. Meerkat deals with this well. Clay going for the boost, and the ball could have been on its way in the net.
I feel like this is frustration carrying over from previous games where they've been deprived of boost. But if you're on Team Extinguished, that's kind of what you're looking for. You want people to be making the misplays, going out of the way to get boost, and then being out of position and then capitalising on the poor position. So, I mean, it worked out, but I'm not sure that going for boost there was the right play from Clay. But if it works, it works.
Well, they didn't concede another goal yet. Looking for a shot from Clay, doesn't beat Matt there, as I think Briggs had it, even if Matt missed that one. So very, very good defence from EXT at the moment. They're absorbing a lot of pressure. Nobody cracking yet.
That's on target. Clay's up to make the save. Meerkat with the clearance.
Yeah. Possession back with EXT. And now
Clay will take the boost in the corner.
Yep.
And just about gets there to make the clear.
Looks like a 2-on-1 situation. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, went to take out the goalkeeper. Was hoping his teammate would have enough to kind of pop it up. Scored a goal himself, and it's just a little bit too heavy.
EXT on the attack once more. Comes off the crossbar. Clay gets the... he knocks it away from the goal. He doesn't quite clear it.
Yeah, no, it's 0 boost for Clay. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same for Meerkat, stuck in goal. That's another good save by Clay, keeping his team in it. Chance on the counter, it's a good flick. Great goal by Clay.
1-1. Fantastic stuff.
So here it is, the counter, you've got boost, flicked it forward, nice throw. And yeah, nothing the goalkeeper can do. So 1-1, it's nicely in the balance.
Caught Matt so off guard then.
I think it was the save, to be honest. I think the save, he came from nowhere to make the save. Extinguished thought they'd gone 2-0 up, and then now they're 2-1 down.
A very well placed shot from Clay off the wall there. I think they weren't expecting that.
Yeah, it's the speed of transition that's hurting them.
Definitely.
So 1 minute to go.
The aggression from Savil's army is definitely working for them. I think we're going to see both teams really fight for it in the last minute now. It's not it's not the 5th game, but Savil's army really need to win this, stay in it to put them level, and obviously EXT are going to want to put it to bed in this game. So we're going to see a good last 40 seconds.
So a missed clear from Meerkat, which has caused panic and confusion at the back. Plays up to make that clear though. Chance for Briggs.
It looks like Savil's army are looking to play out the remainder of the game at 2-1. They don't see, like, obviously we're seeing an attack now, but they're not risking anything. When we saw that in game 2, they ended up conceding a goal and dropping it into overtime, losing the point. But it looks like it's worked this time around because they haven't been following many attacks up, so it's worked.
So there it is, yeah, 2-1. So we go to 2-all now. This is where things get a bit twitchy. Are we going to see a cagey game 3, or are we going to see one team come out and try and just force the issue?
It depends how badly both teams want this, really. I mean, this if Meerkat and Clay can win this, it cuts the lead down to 2 points, which is easily doable if they win their next match. If obviously EXT win this, they will extend their lead by 4 points, which brings them to 6. It's 6 in the lead. They'll have a lead of 6 points, sorry, which isn't in the next game. So they're really going to want this win. So
here we go.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a bit safer play from both teams for at least.
That's a much better kick off by Meerkat and forces the early stage. Save, rather.
Is this a pass to Matt? Clay reads it.
Another bump at the back. But Clay's there to make it clear.
So
He's there with a quick shot.
Yeah, we're not seeing these cagier gameplay, the slower gameplay that we thought we would be seeing.
Meerkat makes a save. He was in trouble there. He collided with his own post, but did well to recover and make the save. And now an opportunity to clear.
Counter attack. This is the ball, bumps Briggs. Now Matt's got possession, probably looking to get. Maybe he was looking for the pass, but not anymore.
Clay will take the corner boost.
Yeah. Steals the boost. It looks like Briggs will pick up the centre one though. Demos Meerkat. Snipes picks up the ball.
2-on-1 opportunity. Clay's there again. So it is the pressure from Savills. It looks like they are going to try and force the issue rather than just sit back and soak up pressure, which we saw a lot of in the last game.
Yeah, and I worry that they're going to park the bus, so to speak. I know it's not really the same in Rocket League, but I am worried that they're just going to be clearing the ball instead of following attacks if they go 1 or 2 goals up, because it's been a dangerous tactic.
Miscommunication there when they had an opportunity to score. Both players sort of getting a bit of white line fever, throwing themselves out rather than having that composure that might be required to break the deadlock here.
But it doesn't result in a conceded goal, and play returns was in the possession of Savills Army there. Could we see the first goal of Game 5? No, not just
yet.
Again,
it was both players from Extinguished going up for the same ball. That meant that when it did bounce in front of the goal, they were both still mid-air, neither of them able to capitalise. There's a demo. So there's a chance 2-on-1. Pops it up.
Broke the line, and it's just on target. It's Clay respawns.
Clay almost making the save here. Meerkat loses out in the 50-50. Briggs does well, fakes him out, and then Snipes supplies the finish.
So 1-0.
And I'm not entirely sure what happened on kickoff there. I think it was a fast kickoff, but Meerkat looked especially slow to it.
Yeah, and it resulted in an attack for EXT. It didn't quite work out. Could be an open net chance. Meerkat doesn't get it on target. Clay hits that ball really high up. Waiting for a clearance, waiting for a clear touch. There he is.
This first. Chance in front of goal, there it is, 1-1. We've got another game on.
I think every goal that's scored, you're going to see both teams step it up just a notch. Every time, I think.
Right, so let's see if we have any unusualness on the kickoff.
So Meerkat got there first, but knocked it straight into Matt. Snipes out, and it goes into the Savills Army half, which seems to work out for them as they're on the attack now. Meerkat waiting for the ball.
Meerkat. Yeah, you look like he's in a bit of trouble there. Did well in the end to get the touch, and he's managed to recover.
He stopped any serious dangerous down the centre of the field play anyway.
That's not a great clear by Clay.
It's not a great shot by
Briggs.
Briggs,
Yeah.
unless I don't know if he was going for the shot or not, but looks like Clay might have the third goal of the game.
Yeah, it's a strange how a defensive mistake by Clay ultimately led to, the go-ahead goal for them. Maybe he's reading the game on a level that I can't comprehend.
Perhaps so. Might be a champ thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. That's where I draw the line. So chance for Briggs. Make out with the save. Make out with the long clear as well. Great clear into the corner, bit of trouble.
So they're not parking the bus this time. They're not just playing for the 2-1 win, which is what things look. Oh, could this be? No, stopped by Briggs. Clay knocks it back up. Is Meerkat going to follow in? He doesn't. Clay's waiting for the clearance. Puts it back dangerous.
This feels like the first time we've really seen the Extinguished boys look panicked. I think even in the game that they lost game 2, there wasn't panic. There was just perhaps a bit of a lapse. But now they're starting to look panicked, and I guess so they should with just 1 minute on the clock. But there's the tying goal.
It's 2-2.
And just about everything we've said today, Aaron, as the opposite has immediately happened. So I will not win the lottery this week or end up in a Ferrari.
Me too. Very good games from both teams, and we're down to the final minute of game 5, unless it goes to overtime. Could it be? It's just come off the post, and Clay reaches it for the clearance, knocks it wide.
Every time the ball's been in front of their goal today, Clay seems to have been first. And this is going to trickle its way home. Does Clay get the bump? I think he might get the mid-air bump here.
So I think he went for the ball. No, I think Snipes out just missed it. He was looking to block Clay's next touch, and Clay didn't get a next touch. And I think, fake or not, that's what's put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's looking like that could be a winner unless Briggs can put this into the goal.
It could be.
Goes off the backboard, gets a second touch. Clay with the save, stands for Snipes. Clay's there again. And it's going to be the long clearance from Clay.
Yeah, they haven't parked the bus at all. They're really trying to push for this win. Maybe push for a bit more stats.
Briggs with the pass to Snipes.
Oh, Meerkat with the
to seal it here.
Put it on target.
Clay, surely.
That's it, it's 4-2, 10 seconds to go. Bar some miracle, it looks like the reverse sweep has swept.
Indeed, you did call it very early on, well, literally at 2-0. And that's exactly what we've seen. So I think, 2 goals in 10 seconds can be done, but they're going to need one pretty quick. Snipes goes up. There's one of them. So there's a chance.
A kick-off goal could do it, could send them to overtime.
Nice pass. Snipe stayed up, they know they needed the goal, so he stays up, and then the finish is sublime.
Are we going to see a Justin buzzer beater, this is Rocket League type goal with 3 seconds to go? I really, really hope so. It doesn't look like
going
it though.
Toward the sidewall. Briggs has got to keep it alive. He does.
Snipes out.
Captain Snipes.
Oh.
Play with the interception, and there's the win. So it doesn't take them to the top of the league, but a statement of intent by Savills Army, beating the team currently on the podium and giving themselves an opportunity to go top later tonight.
Yeah, but they were now within 2 points, and that was a very exciting game.
Yeah, great game of Rocket League. Here's hoping that the remaining games on today's Super Sunday can live up to what we've just witnessed there.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to talk any more than that. I'm going to sign off because I think I talked a little bit too much last time, and I don't want to ruin what was absolutely fantastic series.
And that's it from me as well. Great games.